Hello. Okay, so let's see. Hello. I am going to just dive right in. Tonight, I am talking about you've been taught to use AI wrong. And before you just think that I'm, clickbaiting or something, let me explain, right? I have been using AI for a few years now. I am a CFO, I'm an AI consultant. I think in systems. I've helped to start businesses, grow businesses to multi eight figures. So I know a thing or a thousand about um, businesses. So when I say you've been taught to use AI wrong, I'm not talking about your prompts and I'm not talking about the tools that you use. What I'm actually talking about is what you've been actually using it for in the first place. And it's actually is keeping you stuck below 100,000, or it's probably keeping you stuck like whatever level that you're on when you started using AI. Because I know a lot of people, you hear different things. AI can help your business grow. You can make all of this money with AI and yada, 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 right? But how you have been taught to use it keeps you stuck at the revenue level where you are. And I forgot to mention that I used to use, and I still do, read public companies' 10 Qs. And so I am deeply ingrained in how big business run. And then I simplify it and bring it to the everyday business owner. So what I'm going to be talking about is how businesses, seven figures, eight figures, are actually using the exact same technology to amplify their brilliance and their brand. My name is Karen Janine. I'm an AI consultant, and I've been doing this for years, not months. So this isn't me trying ChatGPT just a couple times and then making a video about it. No, I like to say when I open my mouth and I talk about something, I have something to say. So the fact that I'm on YouTube and I'm talking about this thing means that I have studied, I have done some testing, I have done some failing, and I've gotten it to a point where I'm ready to share because I know it's going to get results. I work with businesses, like I said, every single day, helping them to implement AI systems, helping them to just look at the real ROI of the AI systems that they're adopting. And here's what I've noticed is that 95% of people are using AI wrong. When I go to speaking engagements, when I go to workshops and I'm facilitating workshops and I ask people, are they using AI? Oh, yes, I'm using AI. Top two answers. I use it for research and I use it for content. They're focused on things like emails, posts, and sometimes even automations. But seven-figure businesses are using it for things that are really like completely different. And when I'm talking about AI, I'm talking about like Chat GPT. I'm not talking about something that is, that's going to cost thousands of dollars. I'm talking about Chat GPT. Um, so what I forgot to hit the record button. So what I want to share with you tonight is what seven-figure businesses actually do, eight figure businesses actually do in their business with AI and how they're using it. So let's get started. I hope that you can hear me. I'll cut this part out a little later. This is real, live, unedited, and raw. So you get the real me. Um, so let me know in the comments whether you're watching this actually live or you're watching the replay. Let me know in the comments where you are revenue wise. Under 100K, between 100K and 500K, or over 100K. So you could just say over, between, or over, and I'll know what you're talking about. Um, like I said before, most people are using AI for content, emails, social posts, even customer service. And I can do all of that, like creating agents and go high level and helping you to write emails and do all of that. But those things really aren't what scales your business. It's not what scales your revenue. It helps you to do those things faster. And if those things are already working in your business, then yes, of course, you being able to pump out more content and pump out more emails to help you to gain that time back to do something else, of course they're going to work. But what I find many times is that those things are kind of subpar, and people are looking for AI to help them to get better at that. But that's not what really scales. What really scales is who you hire, how you price, what you build, where you focus, and how you position yourself. These are the decisions that's going to take you from below 100K to 100K to 500 to 1 million, or seven figures plus. So right now you're making the same decisions the same way you've been making them. You're just having AI to help you make them faster. That makes sense. So I want to break down 10 myths that's keeping you stuck. And I'm going to show you at the end what actually works. These are in no particular order of importance. These are just 10 myths that I've seen from the work that I do, from research, from studying, from talking to seven, eight figure business, 7, 8 figure business owners and what they do, and talking to them about how they have adopted AI. Myth number one, AI should do the work for you. I am a full proponent of not letting AI take control, that you maintain full control and you have AI to simplify or to help you. Um, Everybody's thinking about AI is going to replace. So you kind of hear that language like in the marketplace. And I think that's what people really, the people who even want to, adopt AI at a high level are thinking, I want AI to replace me, right? I want AI to write all my content so I don't have to. I wanted to handle all my customer service so I can step back. So even people who are really using it are looking for ways for it to replace them. But the problem with that is that you don't get better by having AI do all of the work. Let me say that again. You don't get better by having AI to do all of the work. You're not learning, you're not developing any skills, and you're not becoming more valuable. So what you're doing is just becoming less essential in your own business. And it sounds good until you're also becoming less capable, which then begins to affect your revenue or keep you in this place of being stuck. And those businesses who are using it at a higher level, 7, 8 figure businesses, they use AI to amplify their brilliance, not to replace them. So the systems and the things that's already working, they're using it to amplify that. Myth number two, Chat GPT is enough. And while I use Chat GPT every day, And the other day, I made a post about I cheated on ChatGPT. I stepped out on ChatGPT and I used Claude. Eventually found my way back. I was kind of working on something, and Claude and I was in this hot and heavy conversation. So I stayed over there. But ChatGPT is a myth because you're just really asking it random questions and you're getting random answers. So think about ChatGPT being this huge database or this huge data source that knows a lot of things about a lot of things, right? If you ask it to price something, today it might say 9.97. You ask it to price something tomorrow in a new chat, and it could be the same thing, and it may tell you 14.97. So there's inconsistencies. And it's because, like I said, it's a generalist. It's not a specialist on its own, just natively using ChatGPT and putting simple prompts in. It's just a generalist. It's going to give you something, but it's not really based on proven frameworks. It's what somebody who has kind of, thought about it, because they have people who actually put the data into these AI systems and these AI platforms. And so it's not really based off of proven frameworks or somebody who's actually done it already, because the people who've scaled to 10 million, they aren't working at these places and saying, hey, let me help you, or let me do this thing for you, and getting the data in. So what's actually happening is you're getting general data. And it may be good, but again, it's not based off of frameworks or somebody who's kind of done it already. And when you are looking to amplify your business and scale your own business, you need a specialist and not a generalist. Just like, if you were hiring someone to help you with your marketing or hiring someone to help you with your finances, you're not going to go out and just pick some random person who knows about business. You're going to pick a specialist who knows specifically about the thing that you are want a solution for in your business. Myth number 3: AI is for content and automation only. So I want you to just kind of take a mental note. What are you using AI right now for? Social media posts, email sequences, maybe blog articles, LinkedIn articles, maybe some workflow automation, maybe to even help you write some code for vibe coding apps. But you know what you're not probably using it for? Strategic decisions, right? Should you hire somebody, or should you build this feature first? How do I position this offer against competitors? What's my pricing strategy based on my market? Where should I allocate my next 10K? Those are decisions that help to scale your business. But those are decisions that still just rest with you as the solo entrepreneur, right? It's you are still making those decisions, and you're having AI to kind of do some of the heavy lifting, or what they say, the repetitive work. But learning to use it for strategic decisions makes all the difference in the world. So I am going to see, I can't really see whether or not I got any comments. So I apologize. I will come back to look at comments maybe a little later. I'll come back to look at comments. So myth number 4: more AI tools equal more results. That's a huge myth. You don't need more tech stack, right? You've got whatever you use for whatever large language model you use for writing, whatever you use for images, You got, whether it's Mid-Journey, whether it is Flux Lore, whether it's Galaxy AI, all the things, Pixie, Pixel, they've got a ton of things that you could use for a ton of different things for voice, for automation, Chrome extensions. Like you could really be up in the thousands of dollars with some of these tools. And yet you're still kind of stuck at the same revenue. Like your expenses have increased because you are utilizing these AI tools and that you're utilizing these tools to try to help you to, scale your business. But what's the problem? These tools without systems are just more noise. And many of us, we don't need more tools. We need frameworks. We need systems. We need processes. But that's the part that a lot of people who have um, jumped on this AI train and are making tons of money with it are not teaching you. Like they're teaching you how to use it for the content, for the writing, for the AI twins, for the voice cloning and things of that nature. But it needs a system. Like businesses need systems. So it's just like if you were to hire somebody and you just, you told them, hey, here's what I want you to do, day one. And you just send them off. And that actually happens in companies. Think about if you've ever been in that situation yourself. You've gotten hired and you didn't get any training. You don't know anything about the company. How long does it take you to really start to um, flourish in the business, to actually see some real results from the work that you're doing? It's because you just got a tool, right? Which is the whatever it is that you need to be doing, right? You just got a task to do, which is in essence a tool, and that's it. No direction, no systems, no frameworks, no nothing. Halfway through, myth number 5, AI can't handle strategic thinking. That is a total myth. It's not that AI can't handle strategic thinking. A lot of people just don't know how to use it for strategic thinking. They use it for the small stuff, but when it comes to the big decisions, those are the things that they do alone. And they do, many times they do it alone because they don't know how to do it with AI. I strongly believe in keeping a human in the loop. And so I'm not saying having AI to make the decision for you. I'm saying have AI to steer you and help you to make the decision. Yes, it can write the emails, but it can also help you decide if you should pivot your business model. See the two sides. AI trained on the right frameworks, first principles thinking, strategic planning methodologies, decision-making models can absolutely help you think strategically. Many people just aren't using it that way. Think about some of the people that are big in the market. Alex Hermosi, Russell Brunson, like some of the tech bros, like a lot of the tech bros, do you think that they're not using this stuff strategically? Yes, they are. You just don't have the framework or the system to help you to think through strategically. So it can do more than just write your emails. Let's move on. Myth number 6. I need to learn prompt engineering. You don't need to learn prompt engineering. Does prompting matter? Absolutely. The better the prompt, the better the output, of course, goes without saying. But you watching hundreds of hours, all of these hours on YouTube, trying to figure out how to write better prompts, buying all of these different things to write better prompts, is it's unnecessary. Unless you plan to become a prompt engineer. You tweak, you test, becoming a prompt expert. If you're not, if your goal isn't to become a prompt engineer, you don't need to learn how to become a prompt engineer. You just need done for you systems that already do the work. And so a lot of times, like learning how to prompt engineer takes up time. And would you rather spend 40 hours learning how to prompt or $400, like getting all of these different prompts or collecting prompts and seeing which ones work? Or would you just rather use prompts that already work? I'd rather use prompts that already work for sure. Myth number 7, AI will make me less authentic. Only if you don't train it. Only if you don't know how to get it to sound like you, to understand who you are. You won't lose your voice and you can keep it real. You can be authentic. Thinking that AI is going to help you or is going to, make you less authentic is really like a scarcity mindset. It's things I think that people say because they don't understand. They can't get the results that they want. And what they really should say is, I don't know how to get AI to make me sound authentic. Because that's really the truth of the matter. The ones who are using AI and you kind of like sometimes you can tell, but it's a really good, authentic version of them. They don't focus on what AI can't do, right? They focus on the deeply human parts of their business and get AI to understand that. That's the strategy, that's the relationships, that's the vision. AI isn't going to make you less human. It just frees you up to be more human where it matters. That's a whole word. And because it's a whole word, I'm going to repeat it. AI doesn't make you less human, it frees you up to be more human where it matters. Myth number 8, I just need better prompts. No, you just don't need better prompts. You probably got a ton of prompts saved. You probably got, I don't know, thousands um, in your own library that you can draw from. If that was enough, you'd stop collecting prompts, but you're still not getting results. That's why you keep collecting prompts. Because prompts without frameworks are just fancy questions, just a fancy task. So what you need is systems, not a collection of prompts. I'm going to move through these last two pretty fast so we can kind of keep moving. AI can't understand my specific business. Your business is too unique. AI doesn't get into my industry. It's too general for what I do. Yes, AI in and of itself is too general for what it is that you do. But because you're using it wrong, that's why you get the general results that you get. But when you train custom specialists with the right context and the right frameworks, AI is going to do absolutely what you want it to do, understanding your business, but you got to build it right. And then the last one, myth number 10, I'll figure out AI later. Later is here. The more you wait, the longer you wait to figure it out, the further behind you're going to get. AI is changing rapidly, rapidly. And your business is not growing at the pace that AI is changing. So the longer you wait, the longer it'll take you to grow. So AI is already here. May as well get on the train and get unstuck. The thing that separates people who are stuck at 100K or less from people who are scaling past 7 figures is because they know that AI is here and they're taking advantage of it now. So these are the 10 myths. Now let me show you what actually works. Let me tell you what actually works. what seven-figure businesses do, seven and eight-figure businesses, and even corporations, because I've talked to corporations and I'm actually even working with a couple corporations right now. Here's what they are doing when it comes to businesses. I mean, when it comes to using AI, they're using it as an operating system, right? They're using it as an operating system, especially the businesses that I work with, because that's how I build the system for them. They're using AI as advisors and not assistants. That's so good. They're using it as advisors and not assistants. And so it's not somebody that's kind of coming alongside. Think about if you had a business advisor, you've had a business mentor, somebody that you would love to be mentored by. That's how these seven and eight and nine-figure businesses are using AI. They're not just asking it to write content. Yes, it can write content. And yes, they are using it to pump out content, to pump out more content. But they're also asking AI to help them think through strategy. So here's what I'm doing, right? Here's what I'm doing. I am building some specialists. I am building some advisors based off of very well-known frameworks. I don't want to name drop, but there are some very well-known frameworks. And I am putting it all together. It's actually a total of nine, seven base, and I'm throwing in two bonuses. Each one is going to be trained on a proven framework that seven, eight, and nine-figure businesses are already using. So think of it as having your own mentor, your own business advisor on hand, on staff in your business, helping you to think strategically, helping you to grow, helping you to have those hard conversations, helping you to think through, to get through bottlenecks. These aren't just some random prompts. It's not generic advice. These are actually systems that have already scaled companies to eight and nine figures. So I'm going to be actually asking for some testers. So let me know if you want to be a tester. I'm going to be building these quickly. I'll probably be up maybe most of the night tonight building some of them because I've got to build them, I've got to test them, I've got to, train them. But the whole system is going to launch on Monday. I'm aiming for tomorrow. I'm thinking big. I'm aiming for tomorrow. Um, but the whole system is going to launch, let's say tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, the whole system is going to launch. I'm taking about 10 to 15 testers because I want you guys to give me feedback. I want you to really use it and, like, as I call it, try to break it, right? If you want early access, comment tester and let me know and I'll DM you. Testers will get it at a deep discount. When it goes live and it launches, it's full price because these are good. Remember, I told you I think in systems. My background is in accounting as a CFO, executive leadership. I've worked with eight and nine figure businesses. I've helped start businesses, grow businesses, the whole nine. So I know my stuff. I know my stuff. Um, so circle back. I believe the way that you've been taught to use AI is wrong. It's keeping you stuck. And this system in a box, I call it is boss in a box, is going to help you to think strategically using proven frameworks. So again, comment tester, let me know that you're in. We'll have a quick conversation just to make sure that you're a good fit. And then when it goes live, it's full price, period. It's full price. So no more testers. When I say this is the full live launch, then you'll know that it's full price. So Thank you for listening. Again, I'm Karen Janine. I'm an AI consultant known as the AI Pro CFO, and I will see you in the comments. If you comment tester, I will be contacting you for you to be one of our 10 to 15 testers. And once I reach that limit, that'll be it. All right. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.